Peace and love, you beautiful miracles of a spiritual level of being. Nathan here from a spiritual level of being, and today I want to discuss the five-pointed star. Now, the five-pointed star, the pentagram, has many meanings. It means the five points of Christ, upright form, mankind, upright form and intelligence. Now, it also represents the five elements. Now, this symbol was ultimately represented in witchcraft, devil worship, because of the Catholic Church. Now, the reason we put the five-pointed star on top of the Christmas tree represents Christ. The light around the Christmas tree represents us, the light bringers, the children of light. Now, the Christmas tree actually comes from pagan origins. It comes back to Mesopotamia, where they would shroud it with gold and silver for their mother goddess worship. Now, even Jews practice mother worship, nature worship. Asherah was a goddess of nature, Mother Earth. Sophia, Mother Earth, also represented by water. Now, the star is also the Holy Spirit, Sophia. Now, they try to replace it now with the six-pointed star. That six-pointed star is material, basically. It's Jewish. It's the flaws of mankind. It's corruption. So you're showing off our corruption. Why? Be proud of your inner goodness, the Christ within yourself, your inner Buddha, your higher self. The Holy Spirit within you, the goodness within you. So cherish the good. Don't cherish the bad. Now, if people are always looking at their negative sides of themselves, they're not going to see the positive. And this is why you must look at the positive and be the best version of you that you can be. This is the Holy Spirit within you. Your inner goodness, your inner femme, your inner masculine. So your balance. Now, mankind. This also represents intelligence, the five-pointed star. Now, the six-point star is Jewish, the sign of the Star of David. So this is religion for you. They was changing stuff. Now, Christmas in general comes from the Roman holiday, Saturnalia. Now, this was basically a given winter holiday where it was more like opposite day, where slaves would become the master and the master would become the slave for the day. This holiday went for all week. Now, a lot of holidays we have were once pagan, converted into Christian, so it made it easier to convert the local populace. And that way they didn't have to give up their old traditions and holidays. And instead of celebrating, say, the sun god, they're now celebrating Jesus. So a lot of holidays that we celebrate, Christians did not celebrate. And ancient Christianity has mostly changed. The first groups were the Gnostics and Essenes, which is why their writings were much earlier. Now, most of the Gospels are all written in different times, Mark being the earliest that they considered canon. Now, go back further, what is considered non-canonical that has been removed is much older, and you get a much more honest version of Christianity. These groups were much more peaceful, where the Catholics and Orthodox, that just mean correct and right ones, were brutal, wrathful, vengeful, downright monstrous. Now, these other groups were peaceful, strictly non-violence. Now, the original Christians called themselves Nazarenes, poor ones, good men and women, good Christians. And these are all titles that belong to either the Essenes and Gnostics. And these groups are also mentioned in the Bible. Poor ones arguing with Paul. Simon Magnus is even mentioned in there, who was a friend of Timothy. So a lot of change has gone out in order to dismiss what the Catholics and Orthodox considered their opponents. Now, both these groups used heresy hunters, witch hunters. The difference between Orthodox and Catholics is the Orthodox stopped using heresy hunters, where the Catholics continued and even persecuted their own people. When the crusade went on, when they were persecuting the Cathar, they also killed other Christians, other Catholics that were trying to protect these people, that seen that this was an evil act of genocide. So religion is a big problem. If you want to see the liberating freedom side, read the Nag Hammadi library. If you want to see the wrathful, lawful side, the Bible. Now, these are all man-made constructs of laws that were not perfect. And this is why the Gnostics were against law. They were more in for personal love and escaping from ignorance, which causes the shitty things that mankind does. So peace and love, everyone. I love you all. Connect to one, mind and soul. Namaste.